Paul Morphy, this great American player of 19th century, he was invited to this opera house to play with these aristocrats. So, and this game started like e4, e5. Andrei, you may tell me Jacques when it's done.
Yes, e4, e5.
e4, e5, knight f3, everything is normal
f3.
now, and black plays d6.
d6.
Pawn to d6. So, we see here already Philidor defense, so-called, right? Who was Philidor? Philidor was a French master of 18th century, so imagine 100 years before Morphy. So before 19th century, Philidor created this defense. He was very well known by his phrases like the pawn is the soul of the chess and so on, and he created this open Philidor's defense. Of course, now it's not that this opening is not that popular. You already see why. Why d6 move is not that good, who can tell? I don't see you, so you just got. Why d6 move is not that good? What is disadvantage of this move?
Blocks the e8
Yes,
bishop.
it is just blocking the bishop, exactly, f8 bishop. So that's why. What is the most strong move in the strongest move in this position?
By white?
No, by white now. By white is white to move now.
Yes. Maybe the knight to c3.
Knight to c3 is possible move, but it's not the strongest, because when the bishop is blocked on f8, and also when there is no knight on c6, it's a very good idea to control the center. That's why Morphy played d4 already, right?
d4.
So d4 was played, so e4, e5, knight f3, d6, and d4. So now black decided to play bishop g4 to make a pin.
Bishop g4.
So,
Be
so
careful, there's a mosquito around you.
So black is pinning the knight, and now de is coming, de5, d takes e5.
Oh, it's white.
D takes
e5.
D takes e5.
Okay.
Now, of course, if black recaptures, you will see that it's very easy to win a pawn, right? Queen could exchange, and knight goes to e5, winning a pawn, and it's not position for black.
Do you want me to do that?
No. I'm just explaining. But if you want to show, you may show that if. But it's easy to see, I think. So that's why black decided first to take the knight. So bishop takes on f3. Queen takes on f3.
Queen takes on f3.
You know, Morphy hated to play with bad pieces and with bad pawn structures. Almost never he agreed to play with bad piece or with bad pawn structure. That's why, of course, queen takes. And now e6, d6 takes e5. d5.
Mm-hmm.
So the position is like that, everything is alright, and now Morphy just continue developing pieces. Bishop c4.
Bishop c4.
And everyone can see that it's scholars made threat, right? Queen f7. So knight f6 was
Scholars made, for those who don't know, is if the queen comes here. The king cannot escape and is being attacked.
So knight f6 was played for
Knight
defense.
f6.
And now Morphy is doing double attack. Queen b3.
Queen b3.
White play queen b3.
Yeah, Morphy plays queen b3 and making double attack. So attacking pawn on b7 and pawn on f7, right? So now we will see that black players who play black also understand and also know how to play chess. So what would you do in this situation of this double attack? Because it's impossible to defend both of pawns, right? So
repeat the question, please.
So what would you do in case of this double attack?
What will you do?
you can rotate 45 degrees to the right.
Look to Andre. Look to Andre.
So,
Andre is there.
no, let me look here. Let me look here. I wanna look here.
Okay.
So,
He has the coordinates there.
so in this position, Black decided to make interesting maneuver. Black played here Queen E7.
Queen E7.
Queen E7, blocking the bishop, of course, but this is a interesting maneuver because now pawn on F7 is protected, right? And if White decides to take on B7, Black is gonna save the rook. Let's not to play this, let's just understand how. Imagine if White plays Queen B7 now, how will Black save the rook in this position?
Before, queen before.
Queen b4. So force an exchange, right? And of course the position would be better for White. White is gonna have extra pawn there and so on. But it's boring. The game was played in opera house. Morphy wanted to listen to opera, and these fucking aristocrats made him play chess with them. So he wanted to play first quickly and win them quickly, and then listen opera and enjoy. And also, he wanted he wanted to play like in aggressive way for play it quickly, for win quickly. That's why he decided not to take the pawn and not to go to this variation with exchange queens. He played just knight to c3.
André, volta o jogo atrás.
He's developing.
Joga o jogo atrás. Você fez uma
He's
variante.
developing his knight.
Wait.
A dama estava em B3.
So queen is on b3, right?
Just a moment,
I thought he
please.
said.
No.
No.
Repeat the last movement, please.
So
please.
queen is still on B3.
So-
the B7 pawn is still there.
Yes, queen is on b3. Black played queen e7, certain.
Yes.
And now White just developing knight c3.
Knight C3.
Knight c3 was played. So now pawn on b7 is really hanging, because now if you imagine if White takes on b7, there is no check on b4 anymore. That's why c6. Pawn goes to c6.
Pawn to C6. This
Pawn,
one?
pawn c6,
Ah,
and now queen from e7 is protecting b7. So it's clear.
This.
It's clear. And Morphy just finished in development. Bishop g5, pinning the knight.
Bishop G5. Pinning the knight.
Pinning the knight. And now you may see the way of Morphy's play, how Morphy plays, right? So all his pieces are completely amazingly developed. And look at opponent pieces, right? Bishop on f8 is blocked. Knight on f6 is pinned. Knight on b8 is not developed. So completely awful position for Black. And that's why Black decided, okay, let's try to make Morphy pieces at last not that aggressive. That's why Black decided to play b5, attacking the bishop on c5.
Yes.
And they probably counted that bishop is gonna retreat to d3 or to e2, to the more passive position, but they forgot against whom they play. Morphy hated, I told you that Morphy hated to have bad pieces in this position. He better sacrifice material than have bad pieces. So that's why knight b5 taking the pawn.
Oh, knight B5.
Of course cb, and bishop b5
CB.
check.
Bishop B5. Check.
So what to do? Knight goes to d7.
Knight goes to B7.
And now you may guess the next move of Morphy. By the way, it's move number 12. And as Capablanca will say in the future, like according to Morphy, right? He will say in the future that you should at 10, 12 moves, you should develop everything. You should develop. You should control the center, develop knights and bishops, make castle, connect rooks. 10, 12 moves, not more. So, and this is the move number 12. What Morphy is doing?
Castle, no?
Castle long, of course.
Long castle.
Castle long, 3 zeros, and now you see that rook is also making pressure to the pinned knight on d7, right? So rook goes to d8, black rook to
Yes,
d8.
it's
Black rook D8.
Black rook to D8.
And now Morphy's position is amazing, but at least one piece doesn't play. So rook on h1 it doesn't play. So how to use this last piece in his attack? Easily. So Morphy takes the knight on d7, rook takes on d7,
The
Rook takes.
rook takes on d7,
Yeah.
rook recaptures, rook d7, and rook from h1 goes to d1. So you see now all pieces are playing, and of course rook takes on d7. It wasn't even sacrificed because it's easily to recapture like this quality anytime when he wants. So and now position of black is complete. Black's position is completely awful because you see everything blocked, everything pinned totally, and probably next move it's just all like. Almost the only reasonable move here. So black played queen e6.
Queen e6.
Queen e6 was played. So it's understandable. So black tries to exchange queens, right? Black is trying to open black square bishop. Also, black is trying to avoid pin of its knight and so on. So looks logical. And here Morphy found how to finish the game and at least enjoy open. And he played first move is bishop takes d7 check.
Bishop takes.
7, the rook, yes.
Bishop takes.
Bishop takes.
Bishop takes d7.
Check.
So yes, knight d7. Knight recaptures.
Knight takes d7.
And now it's easily, I think, for you to find a great checkmate in two moves, right?
Queen b8.
Queen b8 at the first one, right? Now the only move for black is to take.
Very nice.
No.
Yes.
The only move for black is
It's
to
beautiful.
take queen on b8 and rook d8, checkmate.
Beautiful.
So that's one of the most famous and classical game of Paul Morphy. Hope you enjoyed it.
Wow!